effort. Keeps it himself left side, has room, spins. He will score! How about this Midway offense?
This is Midway Panthers football on Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 The Eagle.
Band is proud to present their 2021 halftime performance, Piano Man, featuring the music of Fyodor Tchaikovsky, the Rolling Stones, Sergei Rachmaninoff, Keith Emerson, and Billy Joel, starring guitar soloist Hank Collins, flute soloist Laura Arias, saxophone soloist Brady Parker, and our spotlight artist as the Piano Man, Senior Drum Major Carson Lutz. The band is under the field direction of Senior Drum Majors Cole Brown and Isabel Tellez.
Mic check. 2, 3, 4. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Midway Band will not be able to continue their tradition of excellence without the work of some outstanding students. Tonight, we would like to congratulate this week's Outstanding Freshman of the Week, Caitlin Pippin. Upperclassman of the Week is Jackson McNally. Section of the Week, Flo Woodwinds. Guard member of the Week is Anaya Combs. Thank you for watching the Midway High School Band. We hope you enjoyed the show. The Midway Panther Band Marching Band's halftime show is sponsored by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and 1501 Foot Drive. Feed your game face tonight. They're open until 12 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Panthers Stadium of the Midway Panthers and the Mansfield Tigers meet in the District 11 6A game. Tonight we have the 2021 Panther Pack about to take the field. These are young ladies and gentlemen from the different elementary schools in Midway.
And they're excited about Midway football. And it's their time right now. Here comes the 2021 Panther Pack. There they are, the 2021 Panther Pack. And now the expected starting lineups. We'll start with the visitors from Mansfield. On defense, in the secondary, number 3, Kyron Page. Number 2, Hayden George. Number 6, Benjamin McDonald. Number 8, Brian Hollins. At linebacker, number 4, Keys Patrick. Number 42, Gus Fleming Wood. Number 0, Caden Cutler. On the defensive line, number 28, Kamarian Bell. Number 33, Michael Gresham. Number 41, Dylan Howell. And number 44, Cal Fletcher. On offense for the Tigers, at quarterback, number 1, Sergio Kennedy. At running back, number 2, Hayden George. Number 20, Tyrell Kroom. The receivers, number 13, Dewey Simpson. Number 82, Gabe Zumwalt. Number 11, Devin Mosley. Number 88, Brock Melton. The offensive lineman, number 74, Jacob Clay. Number 66, Caden Benavides. Number 55, Josh Hayes. Number 64, Justin Holloman. And number 50, Emmanuel Ajibike. That's the expected starters for the visitors from Mansfield High School. Now the starters for your Midway Panthers. Number 90, Jace White. Number 23, Nick Wells. Number 94, Eric Estrada. At linebacker, number 5, Zacoby Haverly. Number 20, Ezra Martinez Jr. Number 51, Cannon Clendenin. Number 18, Rashad Satchel. The defensive backfield, number 8, BJ Pitts. Number 6, Angelo Benson. Number 1, Knox Walker. And number 4, Christian Mills. On offense, the Panthers. We'll start with the lineman. Number 58, Blake Keith. Number 92, Taylor Guerrero. Number 64, Carson Pullen. Number 75, Garrett Morphus. Number 72, Cooper McKegg Forbes. Receiver, number 88, Darwin Parker. Number 10, Taryn Lawrence. Number 15, J.J. White. Number 2, Junior Thornton. And running back, number 9, Dominique Hill. At quarterback, number 12, Reed Tedford. And the kicker, number 36, James Satterfield. 6 expected starters for the Midway Panthers. At this time, we'll have the school songs from each team. We will start with the visitors from Mansfield High School. The Mansfield High School school song.
Yeah. Boy. We off the grid, this for my kid. For when my kids have kids. Everything we did for the crib, everything we did, how we live. All this smoke got a scent, all that smoke Kevin sent. Everything I spoke, what I meant, never disguised my intent. Lines outside the event, brought my life out the trench. God, thank God, look what he did. We off the grid.
And here come the Panthers. At this time, we would like to pay our respects to those that have served or are currently serving our country in the armed forces. If you are a veteran or are currently serving on active duty, would you please stand? We thank you for your service. We now ask that you please rise for the presentation of the colors by the cadets of Midway's Marine Corps JROTC. Today's color guard commander is the company commander, Cadet Second Lieutenant Sam Houston. The Marine Corps flag bearer is the Cadet Staff Sergeant Jackson Fields. The left rifle bearer is Cadet Corporal Lexi Harmon. And the right rifle bearer is Cadet Corporal Tyler Harmon. First platoon commander is Cadet Corporal Kainoa Perez. And the second platoon commander is Cadet Corporal Jonathan Ringel. The MC JROTC is under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Jake Urban and Master Sergeant Dustin Gehring. We ask that you draw your attention to the color guard at midfield as we pay tribute to our great nation with the singing of the national anthem by the Midway High School Chamber Singers. And we ask that you remain standing until the colors have left the field. The chamber singers are under the direction of Jeff and Jennifer Rice. And now, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Thank you. Captains for Midway High School tonight. For 5, Zacoby Haverly. For 3, Demir McDonough. 86, Titus Holman. 47, Alan Pierce.
Field is the toss for the option in the second half. Midway will receive.
Captains for Mansfield tonight, number 0, Caden Cutler. For 41, Dylan Howell. 66, Caden Benavides.
Senior Kenan Clendenin is back starting, the junior. He had 11 tackles in an earlier game against Odessa Permian, hurt himself in that game, got hurt, and has missed every game since that time. Knox Walker, the junior, and Christian Mills, the senior. Knox Walker, excuse me, the senior. Christian Mills, a senior as well. Safeties, Angelo Benson, a senior, as is Brad B.J. Pitts on the corners. Mansfield is 3-2. Their one loss in the district was to Waxahachie. Midway's losses to Waxahachie, and of course as well 2 weeks ago to Duncanville. Mansfield kicker Nicholas Lucero, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans since 1952. One of our title sponsors, along with Southwest Sports Medicine. We get you back in the game, and the U.S. Army Recruiting Company. Here's a high, short kick. Over the shoulder, bobbled on the ground and recovered at the 22-yard line. And that could have been a little bit dicey depending on the bounce. But Midway will start their opening drive at the 21-yard line. Tried to get it over to the shoulder catch by Draylon Magruder, and he was able to land it on the 21-yard line. Mansfield up front with Bell, Grisham, Howell, and Fletcher. Inside linebacker Gus Fleming Wood. 39 tackles, and on the edges, Keys, Patrick, and Caden Cutler. Corners, Brian Hollins, Kyron Page, and the safeties, Brendan McDonald and Hayden Jordan, the coach's son. First pass in the right flat, and it's dropped by Thornton at the 23-yard line. It's second down.
Yeah, I know Midway would like to see a little bit more out of Thornton. I mean, he's just a sophomore, but he's such a dynamic playmaker. He's just got to grow up and mature, get his head a little bit more in the game.
Thornton in the slot right side. They'll bring a receiver White to the near side in the slot, Parker that way, and they run Thornton in motion. They give it to him, the jet sweep, right side, tackled, spins, and got a yard. That's a lot to pick up a yard as they try to get him involved early. And it was Caden Cutler and Gus Fleming Wood on the tackle. In fact, they say he did not even get forward progress. He got nothing. It's third down and 10. Thornton, of course, an explosive first couple of weeks, and then it was the game against South Grand Prairie. He dropped the touchdown, got hit on a kick return, and he just hasn't been, and didn't play against Duncanville, and he just hasn't been able to get going since those first couple of games. Here's Tedford, straight pocket over the middle, ball tipped in the air, and up in the air long enough that could have been an interception. It goes incomplete. Dominic Hill, the intended receiver, and that is not coming off of an off week. A very good start on offense with 3 and out. Sam Battle will go back to punt. Satterfield's been punting as well. Hayden George, one of the safeties, is back deep at about the 50. Battle, remember, punted early in that short formation, had a huge block of his punt against Waxahachie that cost Midway most likely the game. Good snap. Battle, kick, will be at around midfield, and now just depends on the bounce. And that ball hit a Mansfield player. And then it looks like Mansfield still recovered based on the body language, unless something happened underneath that pile, and Mansfield does recover. That ball came off like a part of the leg of a Mansfield player. Brian Hollins recovered it, and the Tigers will start at their 47-yard line. So, you know, you think after getting beat 76-0, you get an off week. You know, if there's going to be a break, you might get it. And that could have been one right there, but they couldn't recover and Mansfield starts at the 47. Sergio Kennedy is the quarterback. To his right is Tyrell Kroom, a senior with 662 yards rushing. Here's the throw out in the right flat. Immediately hit by Angelo Benson, the corner on the outside, but a gain to the 49 of Midway for Devin Mosley and a gain of 4.
And you see that same play for Midway, doesn't get any extra yards right now. I mean, it's just kind of how it's going for them, and they don't get the break on the punt muff, and
you got to make your own breaks eventually if you're not going to get them, and you can't rely on them. Here's a jet sweep to the near side, little room on the outside, and then a nice job Midway defensively. That was, I believe that was Nick Wells. Got right around the shoulders of Dewey Simpson, and he got nothing. So 3rd down and 6, Mansfield at the Midway 49.
Yeah, great job of the backside pursuit by Nick Wells. John Almanza got blocked out of the play, and you thought might have had an opening for the running back, but here came Nick Wells around the corner and wrapped up the runner.
Kroom has 462 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. He's a senior. He's up next to Sergio Kennedy, the quarterback, and he rolls to his right. Kennedy now wants to throw a deep pass. He's got a man open, and he can't find him. Well, he found him, but he was open, wide open inside the Midway 20, but out of bounds, and Simpson was the intended receiver, and he can run. And Mansfield, they go 3 and out, and Midway will have someone back to field the punt.
Threw that off his back feet, so it was still a long throw, but maybe had he set and thrown the ball, he would have hit his receiver in stride.
Taryn Lowrance is back, one of the receivers from Midway. Sophomore, he's 6'2", tall, lanky player. Punting his hand. The snap from the Midway 49. Good snap, gets it off. Nice punt. Line drive punt that turns over, hits the Midway 3, bounces into the end zone. The Panthers will start after the touchback, and both teams offensively go 3 and out. Shane Anderson, spoke with him a couple of times during the week. Saw him on Thursday. He does a in-studio recording with me, and he felt upbeat felt like he goes, if we can get into the earth, like we got to get to 20 points. And of course, you got shut out 2 weeks ago, 3 and out to start the game, and so you got some work to do early. Felt like they had a chance. So Tedford with 4 receivers, 2 each way from his own 20, and he looks right, throws it out in the flat. Pass is caught by Hill at the 25 and out of bounds outside the 25-yard line. It's got a nice mark out to the 28 for a gain of 8. Pushed out of bounds by A.J. McCullough, 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, and that's essentially a running play there. It's kind of a long handoff to Dom Hill.
Hill did not play most of the game against Duncanville after that early first quarter when the game got out of hand. This is Hill off the right side, and he will get the 1st down right at the 30. He actually was spun down to the sticks by Dylan Howell, then stopped short. He picks up 2.
Nice job following forward there by Dom Hill.
From the 30, 9:25 first quarter, thanks to Ralph Venegas running the mothership on 106.7 FM The Eagle. They're working on a couple of technical glitches. You can hear us on Sikkim 365 radio. Here's Tedford on a stretch. That ball's on the ground, and Mansfield has recovered or not. There's a pile. I think Mansfield laid on it at about the 29-yard line. I don't know what Tedford was doing, and I'm not sure exactly if Hill knew what was going on. And they say that Midway came back up with the ball. There was nothing but white. Great job and hustle by McCabe Morphus to save a turnover, and it's now 2nd down and 11. That was a miscommunication, it looked like to me, between Tedford and Hill. Tedford rolls right, flushed right, looks right, throws it down the field and out of bounds and incomplete. And it's 3rd down.
Yeah, Craig, what'd you see on that fumble?
I saw the 2nd bad snap in a row, for one, that threw the play completely off kilter, and then I just here. Then I just saw the ball come out. I didn't see any sort of contact to make it do that. It was just kind of a bunched up play, and the ball squirted loose, and Midway was very fortunate there.
Yeah, Tedford tried to reach him on what you call that stretch, and that's not an easy handoff, but he didn't have anybody, and he just tried to force it in Hill's stomach and trying to get it to him. Tedford over the middle. Pass tipped in the air, and this falls incomplete. That is 2 now passes over the middle that looked like they could be intercepted, and both of them in the middle of white jerseys have fallen to the ground, and it's punt time, incomplete. Tedford starts 1 of 4 for 8 yards. This is not the most stellar start for either team on offense. Mansfield should get pretty good field position. George again back a little bit deeper this time. There's a snap. The Battle gets it off. Pretty nice punt. Not very long, but pretty good hang time. Now gets a bounce. It goes out of bounds at the Midway 44. One of the things Battle on that particular snap, he went down to grab the snap. He's got to be careful to make sure he doesn't have his knee on the ground, because that would be dead ball right there. 8:17 left. And Mansfield started their first drive, remember, at the 40, what was it, 9:48, and this one starts at the 44.
Well, we found
at
out
the 45.
last night, Smokey, that it's legal to punt twice.
Yeah, that was the most bizarre. I'd never seen that before. I didn't know that. I didn't know the rule, and that's fine. That's why I'm not wearing an official's jersey. Here's a handoff. Kroom up the middle, tackled by Almanza, a gain of 6 to Midway's 49-yard line. So Kroom's first carry for 6. 4 receivers. Both teams very similar in what they do, although Mansfield's very well known for using the tight end in their offense, but not right now. They have 2 slots, left hash, 2nd and 4. Kroom up the middle and has close to a first down, and they say he went down a little bit short of the 45 of Midway, and it's 3rd down and 1.5 yards.
Yeah, and here you see them simplifying. Smokey just going right at the Midway defense, seeing what they're going to get.
John Almanza with a couple of tackles. He has started at times at a couple of positions. Gets a start here tonight as well. 3rd down and about a long one. Kennedy, left side, hit. Just muscled across the 45. Clendenin was there. Couldn't quite make the tackle enough to keep Kennedy from picking up the first down, a gain of 2.
Yeah, just fighting for the first down there, and you know, this is the first down we've seen today. So,
well, Midway had one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But the field position, if you're head coach Greg George, you got to go. You got to take advantage of this with the great field position to start this game. Kennedy, Kroom off the right side, tries to bounce outside and cannot do it. Great job on the perimeter by Christian Mills to force him trying to go back inside. He lost a couple of yards.
Yeah, Christian Mills there just got up the field really fast.
2nd down and 12. Pre-game show brought to you by Grant Dideker, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, serving Texans since 1952. Not Grant, he's not that old, but the company. 2nd and 12. Kennedy in the gun, just inside his own territory, throws a pass on the right side and is caught and immediately hit right about the sticks. Shy of a first down, but a gain of 11 yards to Dewey Simpson. It's 3rd down and 1 yard.
And also that sets up 3rd down and short, and if they don't get anything here, it sets up, you know, they're in go-for-it territory. So Midway's defense needs to be ready for 2 plays here.
Strada comes out. Nick Taylor-Harris is in the game at the other defensive end position. That was a nice job by Mills to make the immediate hit. Drove the receiver back 3rd and 1 yard with Kroom to the left of Kennedy, the quarterback, at the Midway 35. Kroom left side, easy. Spins away inside the 30, inside the 20, down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Pitts and Mills made the tackle at a gain of 18 yards.
Yeah, nice run that by Kroom there, just spinning and finding that open space.
Kobe Haverly, who did not start this game, now in the game at the near side outside linebacker position. On 1st down, Mansfield at the Midway 17, 5 minutes and counting by the time they take this snap. So the Tigers, after an initial 3 and out, with a nice drive here in the red zone. Kennedy runs the option near side, in trouble, pitches it out to Kroom, and he's going to pick up close to 6 or 7 yards on a play that had nothing. Satchel made the tackle That was a great job by Midway to force Kennedy, but nobody forced the outside, and Kroom got to the 11 for 6 on what was absolutely dead in the right's nothing.
And maybe part of that is, you know, players today don't really know how to play the option where somebody has to have pitch man, somebody has to have quarterback. They both crash down, and the quarterback, you know, they smell blood in the water, but
give Kennedy credit for not giving up on the play. 2nd down and 4. Here's Kroom, right side, slips, and got a yard down to the 10. And even then, he almost was able to get his leg or his arm on the ground to keep him alive, but Satchel was there, so it's now 3rd down and 3. Kroom now with 6 carries for 31 yards. He's been the bulk of the offense. Kennedy with a couple of completions for 15 yards. No score, 3:55 first quarter. Mansfield's second drive at the Midway 10, 3rd down and 2.5. Kroom left side. Kroom, I think he's right at the sticks. Satchel made another tackle. The sticks are just inside the Midway 8. The ball is right at the 8. This is 4th down coming up, and they're going to bring in the heavy package. Mansfield on 4th down and less than a yard at the Midway 8-yard line.
yeah, this is easy go for it territory here down in distance.
And they bring in, as I said, the heavy package. They go full house backfield behind Kennedy. Kennedy, Kroom, hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped short. Wells made the tackle. Nick Wells broke through. And
Nick Taylor Harris.
Nick Taylor Harris made with a great play on the outside, and Kroom tried to spin away, and a great job by Nick Taylor Harris to get him around the ankle.
Yeah, just darted through there. Midway playing with some confidence on defense all of a sudden.
Nick Taylor Harris had come in for a strata and made the play on 4th down and less than a yard at the Midway 8, and the Panthers start their 3rd drive of this game inside their 10. Offense has had 1 first down. Hill has not been able to get much at all on the ground. They will set him up with McDonough in a kind of an almost sniffer position off to the left side. This is a play action pass and almost picked off for a touchdown. They tried to hit Thornton on a little quick pop, and Caden Cutler will remember that for the rest of his life. Well, maybe not that dramatic, but that would have been a touchdown from about 4 yards out.
Yes, he would.
So we got 3 minutes left in the first, and Mansfield's already had almost 3 picks at this point. So
yeah, 2 of them
monitor.
Bounced up in the air in the middle of the field, and they didn't get it. Tedford, this is Hill off the left side, and it's just outside the 10 to the 12. Keith Patrick and Brian Hollins there for the Tigers of Mansfield, and here's 3rd down and 8. J.J. White is checked in. McDonough comes out. 3rd down and 8. They're using Demir mainly as just a running back. You saw him kind of in an H-back position. Midway from their 12. No score. 2:35 to go. 4th down stand by the defense. Gives him the ball back. Keith the center. To the right of Tedford is Hill. Tedford rolls right. Now wants to run at the 10, outside the 10 to the 16-yard line, and that's going to be a horse collar tackle on Cal Fletcher. And that's going to be an automatic 1st down.
And really no need to do that.
No.
None whatsoever, because he was going towards the sideline.
Yeah, he had Tedford. All he had to do was let gravity take over, or just, you know,
ride him out.
Yeah.
Just ride him
Nice
out.
job by Tedford, though, to be able to at least extend the pace. You never know. That's why you try to find something out of it.
I will say this, Tedford's a really tall, lanky dude, and so in the moment you might think, man, I better get this guy down.
Second 1st down for Midway as they get a 1st down on the personal foul out to their 30. Their 3rd possession, still no score. They in Mansfield with 2:18. Midway in Mansfield. This is Hill. No keeper, Tedford off the right side. Tedford gets around the corner, picks up another 1st down. At the 41, Brian Hollins was there, give him the 42 for a gain of 12.
And some of the best acceleration we've seen this year from Tedford on that.
Yeah, and I think that's what you were talking about. He's so tall and lanky. Once he gets a little bit of room, he can may not look like he's running too fast, but he's really picking up a lot of yardage. And keeping that one play alive has led this drive out past the 40-yard line. 1st down, 42. Hill, nothing. They stacked that up.
Going back to that Tedford run, Smokey, sometimes you just can't run faster, but you can run better. You can be better. You can be more decisive. That's why I say it's one of the better runs, because he decided, here I go. I'm going.
Yeah. Instead of the hesitation that just a little half a second, no score, late first quarter, minute 30 to go. Midway at their 43, second down and 9. 4 receivers, 2 each way, right hash. Keith Tedford, a little quick throw out to Thornton, who bobbled it, and he's not going to get much, but he does at least get out to the 45. You can see one of the coaches frustrated because Junior had that ball, kind of bobbled it, and so that took the timing off. He gets to the 45, and it's 3rd down and 7, a gain of 2.
Cost himself at least a couple of yards there.
3rd down, 7. Under a minute when they take the snap here. Barker and Thornton to the right side. They jam everybody up against the line. Now White and Thornton switch sides in the slot. Thornton now on the left-hand side, the wide side of the field. Play clock is at just 12, so they're in good shape. Hill to the right. Thornton in motion. They give it to Thornton outside the 45, and he's short. Well short of the 1st down. Dylan Howell made the tackle. That's a gain out to the 49 of 4, and it's 4th down and 3. And hey, when you are in your position you're at, 0-5, who knows? And it looks like they're going to at least attempt to go for it. Mansfield almost jumped, but they did not. And now you wonder if Midway will still go for it here on 4th and 3 at their own 49. No score, and they don't have to take a snap here because the play clock is at 14, and they can let the first quarter run its course and then decide what they want to do. And that's what they will do. Midway and Mansfield at the end of the first quarter, there is no score. First quarter brought to you by Heritage Square Apartments. This 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio. First quarter.
Jim Turner Chevrolet, the official truck of winners.
Remember, is a quarterback, and so you never know, but he does take the snap and gets off the punt. Pretty good punt. George catches it back inside his own 10-yard line. Hayden George, the junior safety, and that's where Mansfield will start. They'll actually say he caught that at the 10, minute 6 seconds into the second quarter. Terry Gamble is here, former Midway coach that took them to a state championship in 2011 with one heck of a team that made a run after a couple of early losses. Remember to Belton and Waco High. Craig is down there, and at some point we'll be able to hear from the great Terry Gamble. Went to Allen, won a state championship, and on his way, of course, remember that was the win against his former team at McLean Stadium. Kroom, left side, spins outside the 15 to the 17-yard line. Ezra Martinez after a gain of 7. Angelo Benson, Martinez was there solo. Kroom is dialing up 9 carries already for 32 yards.
And look, Midway just flipped the field here, so the defense kind of has the onus to keep that field position in their favor.
Bobbled snap, and it's recovered by Kennedy back inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now they'll say he was down at the 8. That's a loss of 9 yards.
And that's a good start there.
Hey, guys, can you catch me up in the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, you're talking to Terry. And you say, hi, Coach, and then 5 minutes later?
Yeah, no, he was asking about Baylor and Midway and all that. But, I mean, no, he's in a really good place. He said he's lost some weight. He's not stressed out on Friday nights, and he seems to be enjoying not, coaching right at the moment.
3rd and 12. Kennedy, pressure, throws it left side, incomplete. Nice coverage by, I think that might have been Haverly in coverage. Or was that Benson? That was Benson, excuse me. Angelo, who's been on the shelf all year long, the senior. So they got him back and knocks Walker back. Walker played against Waxahachie, made some plays, and then he starts tonight. 4th down, and Mansfield will punt with hand inside of his end zone at the very top of the D in Midway. So you're right, Paul. They flip the field position. Now, see what Lowrance might be able to do if he can field this punt. Hand with the punt. Nice high punt. Hits it. Oh, gets a pretty good bounce. It always seems that way outside, but still, Midway will start inside Mansfield territory at the 44-yard line. That ball kind of hit a wind. There's a little wind. The American Texas flags are both pretty stiff tonight. Not quite, but that thing hit a wall and it just died, but he got a nice little 8 to 10-yard roll.
You can see it. If you look at the goalpost, the flags are constantly kind of flapping, so it's going to be maybe a little bit tougher for the kickers and punters tonight. But, yeah, I mean, this is an old-fashioned look. It's time of possession and field position. That was the old-school way to do it.
Yeah.
And so far, and that's not the Tommy Allison way of doing things. Believe me, in his heart of hearts, this is, ancient football for him.
Yeah, this is like the Roman cathedral.
Chiseling out plays on stone tablets.
10:35, second quarter, no score. Midway and Mansfield. And Tedford in the gun. Stands near midfield. The snap from Keith. Thornton in motion. They fake it to him. Got a man wide open down the middle of the field, and he overshot him. Darwin Parker was running free, and Tedford could not quite find enough accuracy to just over, and that's a very well played designed play, and the safety came over late, but that had nothing to do with it. That was George. That ball was about 2 yards from being a 44-yard touchdown. Tedford now 2 of 7 to start this game. Hill to his left from the 44. Hill fake. Tedford leans down to the 40-yard line for a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6. Cutler was there to make the tackle.
It was best that Tedford pulled the ball back on the zone read there because Hill fell over.
Yeah, well, Hill's getting nothing inside the tackles. And that's kind of where he's been able to kind of hit that little quick hitter at times. Remember, B.J. Kelly probably ran that along with Fulbright better than anybody ever at Midway. 3rd down and 6 at the 40. Tedford with Hill right behind him. Hill now goes to his left. 3 receivers to the near side, and Tedford pump fake. Now rolls right. Now looks for a receiver, throws it down the field. Sideline pass over the intended receiver. Out of bounds and incomplete. Good coverage downfield. Parker was there again, the intended receiver, tied up with a corner. And Midway now at the 40 on 4th down, and Benjamin McDonald was there in coverage.
And here, and they're going to punt again. The little chess match of field position continues. And I think it's a good decision by Shane Anderson because, again, you flip the field. Eventually you would think that something's going to go your way on offense if you can stay on this side of the field.
Well, there's 2 things. You feel pretty good the way your defense is playing right now. Battle with the punt, line drive punt. This will hit inside the 10. Gets a great hop. Can he keep it? It goes backwards. And great job by Midway. Dudley, is that? No, that's not Dutch. Boston Pate to down it inside the 5. They got a great bounce. Heck of a punt by Battle. You feel good about your defense right now. And right now, your offense on 4th and whatever it is, you got, okay, right now, we really haven't shown. You got Tedford got loose on the 1 play, got a penalty, and then he got another run right after that, but that's it. Mansfield will start inside their 3, or right at where the extra point hash is drawn in the turf.
Battle's the perfect kind of punter for that kind of punt.
Yeah. And a lot of that still, it depends on just a lot of things. Here's Kroom on a play fake, and the ball tipped in the air by Haverly. And that could have been intercepted if it had been in the air a little bit longer. Intended to the right side, looking for Devin Mosley, I think it was, on a quick out. 2nd down and 10. Right now, Kennedy is 2 for 6, 15 yards. Tedford 2 for 7 for 10. Second down from the 3. Got a tight end now in the game on the left side. Kroom off the left side, and he looked like he had a little room, and he does get outside to the 8. Clendenin and Mills were there. Looked like he was about to pop it, and it sealed up pretty quickly. Gain of 5 is 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, an important 3rd down here early on here in the second quarter.
Now Monza in now. Haverly comes out. Mansfield looking to the sideline. Offensive coordinator is Nate Van Cleve. Ezra Martinez, senior, and Lenoy Jones, senior. The coordinators defensively from Midway. Kennedy rolls right. Throws the deep fade down the sideline. It depends on the coverage, and the pass is caught. It's caught at the 34-yard line. Great catch by Devin Mosley, and that was really good coverage and a huge play. B.J. Pitts was there, and Mosley with a 29-yard catch.
Keeping his feet in bounds was the best thing he did there. Outside of the catch, I mean, keeping his feet in bounds so close to the sideline.
Back in the game, Taylor Harris. Nick Wells checks out. That's a great play by Mosley and a timeout. Midway. 8:25, second quarter, no score. Mansfield and Midway, 106.7 FM, The Eagle. Sikkim 365 Radio.
Our relationship with Extraco's started when we were looking for a bank that could really work well with our personality. We felt like they were very pro-business. When we got ready to buy a building in Albuquerque, it was so easy for us to go to Extraco knowing that we had local decisions, quick decisions, and then the size of an organization that could support us. We knew that was going to work.
One-on-one Elm and MLK. Baylor football pregame show. West Virginia tomorrow, 11 o'clock is the kick at McLean Stadium. Here, no score. Mansfield just picked up a huge 29 yards. Got them out of their own shadow of the end zone. Kennedy to Kroom off the right side. Kroom slides outside the 35 to the 37 for 3. 8:20 to go, no score. Satchel and Clendenin there for Midway. And it's 2nd down and 7.
And we're talking about flipping field position, and this maybe at the very worst could do that again for Mansfield.
Zumwalt is out. Hayden George is in. George does go both ways on both offense and defense. Safety, punt returner, and also at times he's kind of in an H-back receiver spot. In the slot left, 3 receivers that way. 2nd down. Kennedy, they wanted to run. There's a ball on the ground, and it's picked up by Midway. Satchel recovers at the 33-yard line. Oh, no, they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. They were trying to run the shovel pass, and the ball came on the, that's probably the right call. And that's just, you know what? You make a play, and that's the right call. It's a shovel pass. That's why you can run it, because there's no danger of a fumble. And somebody got in between where Kennedy was and where George was and broke that pass up. Satchel thought he had him. Satchel almost could have just picked that up and run it, but it would have been nullified anyway. Kennedy rolls left, looks left, throws sideline, ball tipped in the air, and it was almost intercepted on the deflection. Christian Mills just slapped that thing down like he was at the net playing a volley. So we've had, what, 4, 5 balls tipped in the air. Yeah. And I mean with people around it, too. None of them have been intercepted.
By the way, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th drive of the game, and still no points.
No points, 7:36, second quarter. Mansfield lost to Waxahachie their last time out. Beat Waco High for their first district win. There's a line drive punt. Lowrance with a fair catch at the 27. I think if Taryn would have had that maybe over again, he could have. You got to make sure you're going to do the right thing and catch it. You would have had a little room to get around the corner, but that's just secure it, start the drive with your 26. So Mansfield, after the long 29-yard throw, they now put Midway back on their side of the field. Neither team has taken advantage of good field position in this first half, and that's why there is no score. 26-yard line. McDonough and Hill now. To the right is Hill. To the left of Tedford. In the backfield is McDonough. Two receivers right side. This is Hill. Left side, Hill. Nothing there. I mean, they are just eating up the line of scrimmage, Mansfield is. And it's 2nd down and 10. Dylan Howell and Benjamin McDonald, the safety as well. And they lost a yard. Hill has 5 carries for 4 yards.
You can see why Shane Anderson had the benchmark of 20 points tonight. You knew it was going to be a
checks out. White box comes back in the game at receiver in the slot near side with Lowrance this way. Thornton and Parker right side. Dom Hill to the left of Tedford. They give it to Hill up the middle, and he does get more, does break a tackle. Out to the 33, tough run by Dom Hill. Caden Cutler. Going to be 3rd down and 3. The gain of 7 yards. His longest run of the night. Bad snap. Tedford has to keep it, throws it out in the flat. Pass caught by Thornton, and he's not down. Look at Junior pick up a 1st down. What an effort. He was hit and corralled and kept going and picks up 4 yards, the toughest 4 yards you'll ever have. McDonald made the tackle.
Yeah, fought for it, and there's the growth they want to see from Junior Thornton.
And that's also, again, Reed Tedford. I think that was supposed to be a handoff, or at least the option. Rolls out to his right, doesn't have anything, says, hey, if I can get it to somebody who can make a play, let's give Junior Thornton that shot. 1st down at the 37. Hill off around the corner, right side. Here's a flag. That is a play where you're going to get holding most every time. Kyron Page made the tackle. That's just such a long run.
Offense, number 88.
Grabbing,
10 yards
and now holding
down.
call. It's going to be 1st and 20.
Yeah, you kind of have to hope that it happens so fast that nobody has the time to hold.
Craig knows this. We did games for Lee High School, now Legacy, and Tyler, and their best play, other than at times they ran like a fullback trap, they ran the stretch play as well as I've ever seen a high school team run it with Tyrone Ross and others, Derek Farmer, and they really rarely ever had holding calls. And Mike Owens always said that's something you never overlook because that's just something you're going to see. Tedford down the sideline, pass, undershot. Parker, who got his hands on it, a little bit low. And Darwin then flips, and he was wide open. That was a really well-designed play. Craig?
Yeah, that crushed the crowd. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
Here, but that was pretty deflating because you could see that. That was 6 if he's able to catch the football. So just everything a little bit off right now.
Demir McDonough now comes in. J.J. White will check out. So they've had Parker on a couple of times. One when he was overthrown. That one there, you get your hands on the ball. Even if you catch it and fall down with a flip, that's still a big gain into Mansfield territory. Now Midway has used their second timeout with 5:38 to go.
Midway.
Yeah, I could hear the crowd. 2nd down and 20. Whoa, like this is Midway football. No score with Mansfield. 106.7 FM, the Eagle.
Howdy, folks. Joe Theismann here. Listen, during these unprecedented times...
College football is back! Woo! That's right. Fansville is back. So get out your gear and slip on your finest foam finger. Put the Dr. Peppers on ice and get ready for Fansville's return to glory. Because this year, the fans are back. Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
No score, 5 minutes, 38 seconds, first half. Mansfield, the Tigers in town. Overall, the 6th meeting between these two schools. The first time back in 2013, a playoff game. Midway 58-35. Next year, playoff 24-14. They lost to Mansfield 45-44 the next year. That was the Kennedy Brooks 300-yard rushing game. Beat Mansfield 48-17, and then last year Mansfield won 28-24. 6th meeting, Midway up 3-2 in the series. Tedford, 2nd and 20. They want a screen. He doesn't have anybody. Now he rolls right, throws it down the field, and the pass tipped away. Intended for Junior Thornton, and I'm surprised there's not an illegal offensive lineman down the field because 75 was almost looked like Rob Gronkowski 10 yards down the field. Garrett Morphus and no flag. And it's 3rd and 20. And that was just an instant away from possibly being a catch and run. Now they'll bring J.J. White back, Demir McDonough on for the last play or two, and he's off. And they'll let the defense, if they want to substitute, they don't. They stack 3 receivers to the right side. 3rd and 20. Tedford, flag, procedure, Midway.
All start. Offense.
3rd and 25.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Student section is just as electric probably here. Other schools have it too. I'm not saying they don't, but they do have fun. This hometown crowd. Midway with a holding call and a procedure call. Mansfield has the 15-yard horse collar tackle. Midway's now going on 6 quarters without scoring as well. Hill to the left, 3rd and 25, perhaps a screen pass here. Nope, goes back. Now you throw it out in the flat, that is Hill, and he dropped it. Boy, they got to start. I mean, Reed's not getting any help tonight. He's had a couple he could have hit, but that went right there from a guy who's always so secure with the football. Would have been a tough chance to get loose, but you got to catch the football there. Tough job.
He had space, though.
Tedford now 3 of 12, and I got to say fairly, there's probably been 2 to 4 that are right there. And now to punt battle at his 10. Gets it off. This is George at the 43, called a fair catch. And Mansfield starts at their 43-yard line, 5:17 left. I would ask Craig just to get it Terry Gamble, but we may not be done with him by the time the second half starts.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, and he seems to be enjoying being back here. You know, the first thing he said was, you know, a lot of great memories here. And, and then he was asked, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then he asked how, you know, you guys were doing and whatnot. But, yeah, he's glad-handed and talking to a lot of old faces and seems to be enjoying himself.
Including Jason Kramer. Quarterback keeper Kennedy hit right at the 45 after a gain of just a couple by Rashad Satchel, who's been busy tonight. The 6 foot, 175-pound senior gets up and kind of does the flex. 2nd and 8.
Jason is his official escort tonight.
Yeah, Midway Jason, he is probably lathered up, but I'm telling you, he loves him some Terry Gamble. Loves Midway football, no matter who the coach is. 2nd and 8, Kennedy at the 45. Mansfield and Midway no score. Kroom left side, nothing. Great job by the defense to get right in the hole. Parker Evans and Ezra Martinez, 3rd and 8. Under 5 minutes first half, no score. Haverly comes in and Almanza comes out. Kroom 12 carries, 47 yards. Not a lot of yards, and of course no points in this game. 3rd and 8, 4:14 left. Kennedy from his 45, looks left, throws left, sideline left, incomplete. Good coverage down there on the outside by Angelo Benson, who's made a difference. Brock Melton was the intended receiver, and Mansfield forced to punt at their 45.
Both these teams really, they're not bending at all on defense tonight.
Combined 6 of 22 passing. Back is Lawrence. Will head back inside his 25-yard line. Hand punting, stands at his 31. They'll bring a man in motion this way. And they'll set up a high snap. He does a nice job of bringing it down. Line drive punt, depends on the roll, and it's going to be a huge roll. 15, and dribbles inside the 15 and stopped at the 14-yard line.
Field position flipped again.
Well, you got 4 minutes, give or take 5 seconds. You go and score here.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, that's like scoring 100 points in this game.
A 7-0 lead in this one would feel like you're almost a 6-man rule to cancel the game, right? The way it is going. I mean, and both teams now Mansfield hasn't really had the opportunity. They made the nice catch on that long third down, but that was not going to be anything more than him catching and keeping the ball, which is a great play by Mosley. Midway's had a couple of plays. It's been like that most of the year, though. Just a couple of plays. From the 14, Hill to the right of Tedford. Keith with the snap. Tedford underneath, pass caught outside the 20 to the 21-yard line. Thornton for a gain of 7, second down and 3. And the thing about Junior Thornton, and it's been a while, but he can turn a 3 or 4 yarder into a 50-yarder with one mistake. Second and 3 at the 21. Hill hit immediately and gets a yard. And maybe not even that, quite frankly. It's third down, and they say he got about a nudged it across the 21. Keith Patrick was there. There has been no movement inside the tackles. Third down. 12 yards in the first half for Dom Hill, and they have been hard, 12 hard, tough earned yards. This is Tedford, throws it out in the flat, caught, really nice job, and there he goes, and what did we say? Thornton 50, Thornton 30, dragged down inside the 25. Brian Hollins saved a touchdown, a little quick throw by Tedford in stride, and Thornton goes 59 yards, no flags.
I'm not sure why there wasn't a horse collar there at the end, Smoky.
They have missed that for the last month. Yeah, I think you might be right. From the 19, under 3 minutes left, Craig said it. Time if you can make a play or two. This is Tedford to Hill, and again, oh, so hard inside for 19-yard line. He got a yard, if that. Caden Cutler was there. Mansfield, on defense this year, is allowing less than 100 yards a game, and now we know why. They say nothing. Second down and 10. Tedford in the gun. Tedford looks right, throws right, sideline right, past Parker, caught it! Flag is down. Touchdown with a flag at the line of scrimmage. From the umpire.
And that was a one-handed catch, by the way. That was a one-handed catch.
And a chop block against Midway brings it back.
15 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
That came down quickly. That was not a late flag. The umpire threw that very quickly. That is not only a penalty that brings back a great catch by Parker and a throw by Tedford. That is 15 yards worth. It's like, you know, it's pouring down rain. Can it rain harder? Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can rain harder.
Yeah.
What a great throw. What a great catch by Darwin Parker, who's been trying to get loose a couple of times, and they finally hook up. And a chop block for the first time I've seen it this year. Now second down and 25 from the 34.
And the umpire must have seen this, Fogey, because he called it right away.
Right, yeah, he threw that immediately. Tedford, pocket, throws it deep down the middle. Thornton is there, and it should have been, but not intercepted by George. Well, excuse me, McDonald. And Tedford just got that one away. He was about to get sacked for more loss of yards, and he gets up kind of grabbing his hip and got maybe the wind knocked out of him. Dylan Howe pressured him. Well, you know, you feel for him. Everybody kind of has your ups and downs, but they made a play. It was a great throw and a great catch and a great moment. They were at, and a chop block. It's second down, now third down and 25. After plays of 59 and what looked like a touchdown. Third down, Hill to the left of Tedford. Can you get into field goal range with anything? Tedford, deep throw down the middle of Lawrence. He caught it! Terran Lawrence! And Tedford said, we're going to score. You're not going to keep us out of the end zone. Touchdown Midway. Wow! And Craig Terran Lawrence went up and caught that right at the peak of the throw.
Yeah, he did. I mean, nice job to get the throw off, and then an even better job to jump up, put your hands on it, and bring it down. So big play for Midway.
Extra point by Satterfield is no good. Well, at least it wasn't blocked in return for 2 points. That's happened earlier this year. But Midway overcomes a chop block. Tedford to Lawrence. Minute 56 to go, first half. Midway 6, Mansfield nothing. 106.7 FM, the Eagle, and Sikkim 365.
Hi, I'm Jules with Kingdom Fire Pros, the preferred choice of many for their life security and safety needs. Our knowledgeable licensed technicians make us a leader in our industry. Our customers can access online inspection reports through any electronic device. Kingdom Fire Pros offers 24-hour-a-day emergency service, as well as monitoring for your alarm systems. Give us a call today for a free quote or go to our webpage for more information. Kingdom Fire Pros.
56 to go in the first half. Taryn Lawrence on a Tedford dart on a deep post with great coverage too. Reached up, A.J. McCullough was right there, and Taryn Lawrence grabbed it at about the 1 and danced into the end zone. Extra point Satterfield was no good. He's about to kick off from the 40. 6-0 Panthers up. Satterfield with a kick to the near sideline, and it goes off the shoulder pad and goes out of bounds inside the 10. And that ball, by the way, that ball was about to go out of bounds, and Dewey Simpson kind of went to go catch it. He would have gone out of bounds. It ricocheted off his shoulder pad, bounced inside the 15 to the 11. And now, are they saying that it went out of bounds?
I mean, if it hit his shoulder pad, then it's not Midway's fault.
Wait a minute. Shane Anderson, wait, did he not catch it?
They're saying it didn't hit his shoulder. It hit his shoulder. It couldn't hit it.
Yeah. So it was out of bounds, and that's about the half dozen times that ball has been kicked out of bounds. It looked like they may have gotten a break out of that, but they're going to give him the ball with a 5-yard penalty at the 30. Shane he's like, God. Kroom left side, up the middle, great tackle by Jacoby Haverly. He was about to get to the second level, and it's 2nd down and 4. So you score after having a touchdown called back, miss the extra point, and then the kickoff that goes out of bounds. And Kroom left side spins short of the first down to the 38. Haverly was there, gain of about 3, and a flag comes down at the end of the play. With a minute 23 to go and a 6-0 Midway lead against Mansfield. Now, if this is against Midway, this is going to give Mansfield the ball inside their territory, and that would be just a really silly mistake.
Well, it was a Mansfield player that came flying in, hitting
and that
bodies.
might be the penalty. That might be a late hit against Mansfield.
Ball. After the play. Personal foul.
Yep, it's against Midway.
Pulling players on your 15-yard run.
See, that you know, you got to find a way. You made a play. You took the lead, and now Mansfield, who has not moved the ball at all, will have the ball at your 47-yard line after 15 yards. Plus the kick out of bounds gives you the 30 rather than the 25, or what looked like it was the 11. And these are the things that Shane is just like pulling out whatever hair he has left, and he has none left. So a 15-yard personal foul. Kennedy in the pocket. Throws deep middle. He's got a receiver there, and the ball's incomplete. Coverage. Oh, and a flag comes down late from the far side.
Yeah, I think you got to call that one, Smokey. It was not what you'd call great coverage. It was late coverage.
Mosley was running the deep post. Pitts came over, got tied up. The official, the back judge, who was right there, said he didn't think there was contact, but the official, who had a better angle apparently, although much further away, a 15-yard mark off if that's pass interference.
No flag on the
They're going to wave it off.
Down.
And Coach Greg George is going to go, then why'd you throw the flag? And the only thing about that I didn't like is the fact you have a back judge who's right there. Even if there was contact, he is right there. And now Greg George, he is not happy. Kennedy back to throw. Throws a deep ball down the left sideline, overshoots his receiver. And it's now 3rd down and 10 at the Midway 47. Boy, a lot has happened, and yet it's 6-0 Jabari Coleman. Brock Melton was the intended receiver. A minute 7 to go. Yeah, if that would have been pass interference, then Mansfield's knocking on your door inside the 30.
That was a good break for Midway.
Kennedy now is 3 for 13 in this first half unofficially. Shane Anderson trying to get his defense set. Wants a timeout? No. He's wanting a certain defense. He calls it. Here comes the blitz. Haverly. Kennedy spins away to the 45 and knocked down at the 41-yard line. He almost had one more little thing to do, and now it's 4th down and 4. At the 41-yard line, tackled by Cannon Clendenin.
I'm surprised Mansfield's not taking a timeout here.
47 seconds.
Jace
Maybe
White. Figure out what they want to do.
Well, they also, one of the other things they don't want to do is if they don't make it is give the ball back to a Midway team that went down the field pretty quickly. But if you make it, you're not going to have much more than 25 seconds to go. Under 30 seconds. Now they line up. 4th and 4. At the Midway 41, Panthers up 6-0. They jump off sides and they make contact as well. Jace White.
The last
automatic first down.
The last like 3 minutes have been a highlight reel of hurting yourself.
Yep.
I mean, from every standpoint, the players, you know, it starts with that missed extra point. You know, it's almost like everybody got a little too excited. It's like, oh, we scored. It's like, yeah, but there's still 4 minutes left in the first half, and there's a whole nother half to go. And I don't know. It's like they just couldn't deal with the excitement or something because it's just been one thing after another this entire drive.
It's hard. This team has been hard. Sometimes things are difficult, but it has been hard for them to follow up a big play with yet another one, like the extra point one time that was blocked and run back for 2 points, and then they miss it, and then they've had kicks go out of bounds, and I'm not sure if that's just part of the scheme. I wouldn't think so. 21 seconds to go. Mansfield with first down at the Midway 36. We're back in 30 seconds. 6-0 Midway on 106.7 FM, the Eagle.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible...
Central Texas with 5 locations to serve you.
Pass over the middle, incomplete, broken up. Devin Mosley, the intended receiver. Great job by B.J. Pitts in coverage on the near side. 2nd down and 10. That was a nice throw, a nice route, nice coverage. Now 16 seconds to go in the half. Still 6-0 Midway. Kennedy is now misfired on 7 consecutive and 10 of his last 11 passes. In the gun, looks left, throws the deep sideline, down the sideline, and the pass is up and incomplete. Great coverage from Benson, who's really been a huge difference maker. Actually, it was Pitts on the far side. Benson was the one earlier, and they flipped him. 9 seconds to go in the half, 6-0 Midway, and Mansfield at the 36-yard line. Wow. He's got enough to get it there. 6-0 Midway. Mansfield does get the opening kick of the third quarter, the second half. 4 receivers, maybe the last play of the half. Back to throw. Kennedy wants to run. Now in trouble, throws it around the flat pass, caught and dropped. Excuse me, because he caught it, turned it, and fell down. The ball fell out. At the 22, and Midway leads by 6. And there is offensive lineman 10 yards down the field, and Shane Anderson wants people to know about it. But 6-0 Midway at halftime against Mansfield. 0-5, you fight for everything, even if you're winning. Halftime interview brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, and Shane still wants to get a few words in. He is not happy. 2 offensive linemen were 15 or 20 yards down the field, and the umpire's trying to tell Shane he needs to get in the locker room, and Shane going, hey, I'm fighting for my team. He takes off the belt, throws it to the ground, and Craig Smoak.
Coach 6-0 halftime lead, big play to Lowrance there to get you guys on the board. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, we've had a couple opportunities to hit them over the top and just hadn't connected on that one. You know, it's a big momentum swing. Got to make the extra point. Every point matters.
Defensively, this has been kind of a back-and-forth defensive struggle. What have you seen from your guys and getting the stuff there at the end?
Playing extremely hard, doing what we coached them to do all week. You know, very, very proud of our guys. We got to tackle. Got to make sure we don't give up the big play. We gave up one big play. That caused them to get down here. But if you don't give up the big plays and you tackle well, you're going to have a chance.
Coach, is it about stringing together successes? It's like you score. I'm not trying to end on a negative here, but you score the touchdown. There's the missed extra point. There's the kick out of bounds, which I know looked like it touched their player. But is that just kind of, you got to kind of keep drilling that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game of football. It's a roller coaster. Got to ride the highs, got to ride the lows. Got to stay with each other, got to have each other's back. We're going to be fine. We got to come out, get a stop, go down and score.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. Shane Anderson still fired up on that. What were a couple of offensive linemen down the field. Midway 6, Mansfield nothing at halftime. We'll come back with a young man, a coach. How about me saying young man, huh? Coach Simonek will be next. He has had a dominant run at Midway with 10.
Senior Social Officer, Tony Sabande. Junior Social Officer,
Tajumi Olaniwale. Sophomore Social Officer, Claire Byrne. Gold Duster Veteran of the Week is Maddie Sanders. Gold Duster Rookie of the Week is Catherine Sue. This week's honored faculty member is Mr. Neil Morrison. Tonight, the Gold Dusters will perform a field kick routine choreographed by sophomore Lieutenant Ava Ramirez to the song A Little Bit of Soul. Take it away, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Mansfield High School Gold Dusters. The Gold Dusters would like to wish the Waco Midway goaltenders good luck tonight and for the rest of their season. The Gold Duster drill team say thank you to the marvelous Mansfield Tiger Band for their spirit and dedication. The Gold Dusters thank their sponsors for their tremendous support they provide. The Gold Dusters are proudly under the direction of Mrs. Nicole Numa. Happy birthday, Mrs. Numa. We love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field is the pride of Mansfield High School, your 2021 Tiger Marching Band. Tonight, the Tiger Band will be performing their halftime show entitled The Game of Life, under the field leadership of drum majors Kayla Butler, Hannah Bethany, and Anman Vong. Sit back and relax as the Tiger Band plays a show filled with the music and sights that reflect the ever-popular board game, The Game of Life. band would like to thank their sponsors: First Rate Inc., Gatekeeping Partners, Tropical Smoothie, Costa Vida, Emerald Hills, Let's Go on Vacay, Believe Care, Johnny Clean, Rick Herman Orthodontics, Team Hudson, Allegro Snowy Bus, Spring Creek, TLL, Temple Foundation, and Brett Sanders, DDS. The band would like to thank Mr. Trent Dowd and the fantastic administrators at Mansfield High School for being great advocates and supporters of the Tiger Band. Thank you for all you do. The Tiger Band would also like to send a special shout out to the fantastic teachers at Mansfield High School for keeping our students safe, happy, and healthy. The band would like to wish the Midway High School Band a safe, healthy, and successful school year. The Tiger Band would also like to wish a happy birthday to our amazing Gold Dusters coach, Mrs. Numa. Happy birthday.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to get out of your seat and on your feet. And welcome to the field for your halftime entertainment, the award-winning, world-class Midway High School Goaltenders. The Goaltenders are under the direction of Lori Wadsworth and Maddie Menard. Officers for the Goaltenders are Captain Peyton Bottoms, First Lieutenant Avery Aiken, Senior Lieutenant Casey Llewellyn, Junior Lieutenant Reagan Blanche, Sophomore Lieutenants Mia Pena and Hadley Pierce. Goaltenders of the Week, Freshman Haley Merritt and Junior Michelle Soto. Spirit Girl of the Week, Sophomore Mia Pena. Tonight, the Goaltenders will be performing a jazz routine to the song Confident, made popular by Demi Lovato. Ladies and gentlemen, your Midway Goaltenders.
Good evening and welcome once again to Homecoming 2021. 13 senior girls have been chosen by the senior class to serve on the homecoming court. Today, the juniors and seniors voted to select one of them as queen. And now the homecoming court for the class of 2022. Miss Cielo Ochoa Sanchez, daughter of Eric and Veronica Mancha. Miss Peyton Willingham, daughter of Tanya and Dr. Neeland Willingham. Miss Nora Melton, daughter of Charlie Melton and Crystal Hernandez. Miss Charlie Yorman, daughter of Thomas and Christy Yorman. Miss Jada Rose Alvelo, daughter of Mary Ellen Alvelo. Miss Mary Catherine Young, daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Jeff Young. Miss Ellie Hammond, daughter of Kimberly and Scott Hammond. Miss Courtney Janeka, daughter of Daryl and Cindy Janeka. Miss Reina Trujillo, daughter of Monica and Jason Rose. Miss Rachel Woods, daughter of Christine and Aaron Woods. Miss Hannah Porquer, daughter of Antonio and May Porquer. Miss Tyne Daughtery, daughter of Kevin and Kim Daughtery. And Miss Peyton Bottoms, daughter of David and Tanya Bottoms. Walking on the field with an autographed football and roses from Hewitt Florist are Joe Gonzalez and Aurelius Torres, along with Senior Class President Carson Hodges, who will present the homecoming crown. And now, the homecoming queen for the senior class of 2022 is Charlie Yorman. Charlie's school achievements and activities include varsity softball, National Honor Society, AV team, and student section leader. Her favorite community activity is attending church and hanging out with friends. After graduation, Charlie plans to major in forensics. Congratulations to homecoming queen Charlie Yorman. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the second half.
Of Midway shooting themselves in the foot a little bit, but both quarterbacks are struggling, and here at Midway, you got to make sure that the guy on the other side continues that. Easy enough.
Yep, that you have control over that, in other words, and so we'll see if that is the case. We'll also update you on some other games around the Central Texas area here momentarily. Ryan Davis spotting gave us scores at DeSoto. 58-0 over Waco High. Lyndon Helt, they've had some players leave the program, and he's got a lot of work. Shane Anderson's got a lot of work to do. Lyndon Helt had a really nice job and took the job at Waco High, and I really like a lot of what he's done, but it's changing a lot. Not just who's going to play, who's going to practice, who's going to show up, who's going to maybe have to at times leave their ego at the door. That's what Shane's had to deal with on occasion. A very highly thought of player tonight, didn't start, but when he's been in the game, when he's played, he's made a lot of plays. And Jacoby Haverly, when he's been in the game, and of course also Almanza's given him some tackles as well. Here comes Satterwhite to kick off, and they don't have all the officials back yet, and so now they'll set it up yet again.
It's easy to get caught up in all the pageantry that is homecoming.
Yes. All right, so now Satterfield will kick from his 40 into the wind, so this will be interesting to see how far he can go against this wind. He approaches at the 35, kicks it at the 40, very high, nice kick. Hits that wall of wind, bounces straight into the hands of Mosley, who gets around the corner at the 25, 30, and outside to the 35-yard line. Boy, he can glide. Rashad Satchel was there. And a nice return by Mosley, who's also the one who had the 29-yard catch. And Mansfield opens up at their 35. Up front for Midway, they've moved some players in and out, but Nick Wells, Jace White, Eric Estrada, but we've also seen Parker Evans and Nick Taylor Harris. Linebackers, Almanza, Satchel, and Clendenin. Haverly's been in as well. Corners, they've played well. B.J. Pitts and Angelo Benson. The safeties, Knox Walker and Christian Mills. Kennedy from the 35 to Kroom, up the middle for about 3. Dragged down from the edge for 3 yards out to the 38-yard line. That was Nick Taylor Harris, who had the really big play on 4th down that stopped Mansfield inside the Midway 10.
You know, in baseball, you call it don't count outs. You know, you don't want to ever count outs, like just 6 more outs, just 5 more outs. For the Midway defense, don't count outs. Just keep playing. Don't think, oh my gosh, we've got the lead, we're doing well.
Kennedy, Kroom right side, hit, spins, grinds, and is going to get about 4. Now here comes that shove of the pile. They've already blown the whistle. Now they have not. See, now it's a first down, it looks like. Here's what I have an issue with on the safety of football. If a defensive player would have come up from a safety position right there and just slammed somebody in that pile, it's a personal foul.
Push for a couple more.
Yes.
They didn't blow the whistle, so the whistle's not blown. It's alive, but they do stop him short, just short, 3rd down and a yard. And that's just one of those things that you see on occasion. If somebody would come up and just bury somebody with a hit, you might see the personal foul. Good job by Kroom not to die on the first hit. 3rd down and a yard. Kroom up the middle, 1st down, near midfield, out to the 48-yard line for a gain of 4. Ezra Martinez Jr. made the tackle.
Yeah, a nice tackle by Martinez there, but you know, 1st down right off the bat.
1st down for the Tigers at their 49.
Mansfield.
Taylor Harris out. Evans, Parker Evans in the game as well. One of the nose tackles and one of the defensive tackles. Estrada came out. 1st down at the 49, Mansfield, 6-0 Midway. Kennedy rolls right, has a man wide open in the flat, 1st down, 40. Inside the 35, that's Jabari Coleman to the 33-yard line for a gain of 16 yards. One of the best plays tonight.
Down to the 33,
for Mansfield.
16. 18.
That's a really well-designed play.
And they found a rhythm for the first time since the drive that got them down inside the 5 or 10-yard line before they got stuffed on that
1st down at the 33-yard line, 3-man front. Kennedy to Kroom off the right side. He has room. 35, 30, 1st down inside the 25-yard line. And now there's a flag down. And this, we'll see what happens. Christian Mills ran him out of bounds. And this one might be coming back. Holding Mansfield.
Number 77, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So a nice run of 13 yards by Kroom after a 16-yard catch and run by Jabari Coleman. White and Estrada both in the game. Spencer and Evans is out, as is Taylor Harris. So a 10-yard pickup, but where it was downfield to a 3-yard holding call. Brings up one of those strange 1st and 14. Noah Brown is in the game. Christian Mills out at safety for Midway. 1st and 14 at the 37-yard line. Pretty good drive here with rhyme and reason with the Mansfield Tigers, who are shut out up until this time. Kennedy throws middle pass wide open at the 10. Touchdown Mansfield. Boy, what a drive to come out of the half, and that's Devin Mosley. Play action, man wide open on the slant. Touchdown Mansfield, 9:31 to go, and the Tigers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And that drive right there looked like nothing we saw from Mansfield in the first half.
Yeah, the quarterback play was different. Everything was different. And that was just an absolute dart thrown by Sergio Kennedy.
Even after the holding call, they come back and make the play from 34 yards out, I believe it was. Here's the extra point, and this one is good. 9:31 to go. Midway, 6-0 at halftime. 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and they are down 7-6. Touchdown and extra point. Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
For all your landscaping needs, Carrera's Nursery and Landscape Company. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 until 5:30 on Sun Valley Drive in Hewitt.
is Midway Panthers football on Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 The Eagle. Brought to you by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company.
Midway's defense pitched a shutout in the first half, but Mansfield comes out with a vengeance and takes the lead 7-6. Here's a short, high kick, caught at the 15 at the 20, 25-30. Flag comes down. This is coming back a little bit deeper. Jacob Gargar with a return out to the 32-yard line, but probably a block below the waist. Something will knock it back inside the 25.
It was a 6-play, 65-yard drive, took 2:29 off the clock. Mosley's touchdown makes it 7-6. Mansfield, 9:26 to go. Scoring summary brought to you by Leal's.
Holding call against
Number
Midway
44
on the return.
So
this
10
is
yards from the end of the run.
You see Mansfield come out. They're a completely different mentality and a team than they were in the first half. A sharp drive, throwing the ball well, very well executed. Midway's defense just kind of seemed like they were out of position quite a bit. And now a holding call on the kick return. They'll start at the 21. Tedford, who threw a touchdown to Lowrance to give Midway what was the lead at one point in the gun just outside his 15. Tedford in trouble, breaks the sack attempt, rolls to his right, turns the corner, and goes out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Gets back to what it looks like the... Well, one official says the 18, another one says the 21, and it's going to be a loss of 3.
Yeah, he just had pressure right away. I mean, right away. As soon as he turned around, there's already a guy coming off the left edge. So
did a hell of a job just to get back to a losing 3, because that could have been a loss of 8 or 10. 2nd and 13. Tedford out in the flat, incomplete. Intended for J.J. White. 3rd and 13. Darwin Parker feels like he had an opportunity, but Reed Tedford, I don't think he had a chance to see anybody other than out in the flat left side. It's 3rd and 13. I'm telling you that this is danger zone, not because the game is on the line, but you had the lead at halftime for the first time in a while, and you come out, give up a long drive, and Mansfield looked good doing it. Now 3rd and 13. Tedford has time, throws it deep out, pass incomplete at the 35. Intended receiver was Lowrance, and Midway will have to punt the football.
And he had him open. Lowrance was there. They just could not line it up.
Loss of a 3. Incomplete pass. 4th down. Battle comes in against the wind. Mansfield should get great field position. They run a play around at the last second on the punt team. Stacked up on the right side. Battle inside of his 10. Gets it off, hits that wind, and it's going to go tipped in the air. It's on the ground, and Mansfield recovers at the 37-yard line. It's just another opportunity as George came up to try to catch it, and the ball came off his fingertips and just so close. And Eric Estrada was right there but couldn't come up with it. And Mansfield 7-6 lead and great field position at the Midway 36-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a good punt, and not just Estrada. There was actually 2 Midway guys that were right there, but I think just momentum carried them past the ball, and you know, it's not your night. Things aren't going your way. They're not going your way.
From the 36, 3-man front, Kennedy to Kroom left side, slips inside the 35, just tripped up by Clendenin, or he would have had lots of room to run and had a blocker downfield on a cornerback in Benson. He got 4, 2nd and 6. Crowd's really kind of like gone into neutral because of how this 3rd quarter has begun. 2nd down and 6. Kennedy, Kroom this time hit at the line of scrimmage and leans for a couple of the 30 by Clendenin was there to make the tackle. Craig?
Yeah, I wanted to say something about the crowd real quick. I mean, they've been buzzing all night long. They are so ready to pop. Like, they're so ready to pop. And they had a chance to earlier, and then, you know, it hasn't been enough to string together. But, I mean, what an impressive crowd. I don't know if you guys can tell from up there, but, I mean, it's left to right. There's not a seat empty, and even the excess has got a bunch of people standing around, so that they're waiting for something to explode over.
3rd and 4. Kennedy throws it out in the right flat, pass caught, and a great job in the flat. by Midway for a loss of a yard back to the 31. That is B.J. Pitts. That's the same play against Duncanville that he made, and they called it a penalty because they thought it was targeting. It was not. And Dewey Simpson lost a yard on the catch.
He was a little more genteel there, Smokey, but still made a violent tackle.
So 4th down, Mansfield, at about 5 from the 31.5. Kennedy, pump fake, wants to go deep on a fade, and the pass is overthrown and incomplete. Good coverage. He had a step, but Dewey Simpson, little pump fake, and a nice job by the Midway defense to give the ball back to the offense at the 31-yard line. B.J. Pitts, who had the play on the flat, he also was in coverage. Now, if Kennedy throws that a little bit shorter and a little bit more inside, it would have been maybe a touchdown, but Midway gets a break right there, and they get the ball back. 7-6 Mansfield with 7:09 third quarter. Kennedy got a gun. He's got a gun. He can throw it. Tedford kind of trying to loosen up his shoulders. 4-man receivers, 2 each way, left hash, Keith the center, Dom Hill to his right. Tedford steps up, looks deep. Parker, pass, underthrown and incomplete. That ball got caught up, I think, in the wind as well. Parker's looking for a flag. And
a little contact there.
Yeah, I think if they're not going to call the one at the end of the first half, you don't call one right there either. But that ball just kind of, with about 5 yards to go, it looked so well, and then it just kind of like died like a duck getting shut out of the sky. And that wasn't because the pass was bad, it was just because of the wind. So 2nd and 10. Tommy Allison in the offense trying to find something that Mansfield had to start the half. In the flat to Thornton. Thornton 35, turns a corner. First down outside the 40 to the 43. Cutler made the tackle gain of 12.
And Mansfield very happy he did not get to that next gear. He got to the 2nd gear. He didn't get to the 3rd or 4th gear, so.
Had the 59-yarder that eventually set up the only points of the first half. Jordan Smith is in the game. He's been out, I think, a week or two. First down, Midway at their 43, down 7-6, 6:54 third quarter. Hill to the left of Tedford, out in the flat. This is Smith, 45, and hit right there. Nice job on the edge by Brian Hollins as he got around Darwin Parker.
I don't want to take away from Holland, but that was more or less just running right into the back of somebody, and that it turned into a tackle. But yeah, I don't know that he saw. Looking for daylight, and all of a sudden there's a wall there.
2nd down and 7. Right hash. 4-man front for Mansfield. Tigers lead Midway by a point. Third quarter. Tedford, Hill, nothing. They have just completely bottled him up. Dylan Howell was there, and it's now a loss of a yard back to the 46. Approaching the midway part of the third quarter. 7-6 Mansfield. Hill has 9 carries for 12 yards. That's what you remember Waxahachie was like that, and then he went nuts. Ended up with 150, I think it was, but he had one 50-yarder called back. 5:50 clock running, 7-6 Mansfield. Lowrance and the receivers all stack it closer to where the tackles are. 4 receivers, bunch set, 2 each way. 3rd and 7. Play clock at 8. Tedford calls an audible. Keith the center to Tedford. Reed over the middle, incomplete. Open receiver, and he threw it kind of a little bit off to the side, and Smith couldn't make the catch. And Midway will punt from the 46. 5:29, third quarter, 7-6 Mansfield.
The throw's just off. I mean, the throw was just off there. You had a guy to at least pick up some yardage and just couldn't make the throw. So
Smith would not have had the first down, but then you would have had, you know, maybe a decision to make on 4th and short. Yeah. Battle, punt, shanked it. This is going nowhere. Goes out of bounds outside of the 40-yard line. 44-yard line. That is a 10-yard punt from Sam Battle. Miss an extra point. Ensuing kickoff out of bounds. 10-yard punt. Last one was 20. Special teams and hidden yardage in Mansfield at the 45-yard line with the ball and a 7-6 lead with 5:22 to go third quarter. Kennedy got into a nice rhythm, although the last drive did stop on an incomplete pass. Kroom up the middle for a yard or two. Actually, Elijah Harshaw is in at tailback for 2. Harshaw, a senior, with 151 yards and a touchdown. Kroom has 462 yards before the night and 2 scores. Harshaw picked up 2. Hayden Bumpus in the back, running the mothership. Ryan Davis spotter. Craig Smoak sideline, brought to you by Texas Tour Gear. Paul Catalina with me in the press box on 106.7 FM. The Eagle off the right side. Harshaw, tough run inside Midway territory to the 47-yard line. Haverly was there.
And Mansfield's starting to get the lean.
6 yards for Harshaw.
They're starting to get that lean on the Midway defense,
yeah,
slowly but surely.
I think if they get a first down here, this is going to test that mentality of that defense. 3rd and 2, could be 4-down territory. They may not need it. H-back this time. Harshaw spins away, tries to turn the corner, and he does. First down, 45, inside the 40, down to the 34-yard line. Wells was there, 13 yards, and it looked like they had a chance, and he just outran somebody to the corner. And now, White and Estrada in. This is going to test Midway's mentality here. 6-0 at halftime, now 7-6, and they're driving late 3rd quarter. Wind in your face. 34-yard line. Kroom and Harshaw have been the ones running the ball. Kennedy, flat pass caught and knocked out nearly immediately, but a gain of 4, or, yeah, they said he caught it. Jabari Coleman for 4. It's been one of their better plays on the play action.
Really nice tackle on the play, though.
Yep, nice job in the open field. 2nd down and 6, 3:45, clock running. Kennedy's hit 4 of 5 passes in this 3rd quarter, including the touchdown. From the Midway 30, Tigers up 1, 3-man front, right hash. Kennedy. Harshaw tripped up in the backfield. It's Satchel. Maybe lost about a foot or 2. 3rd down and 6.
Heard Satchel's name called quite a few times tonight.
Yeah, he's played really, really well. Glendenon, you know, has missed a lot of time. He's been in probably a half a dozen tackles. Haverly, when he's been able to play, Almanza had a few, and he started. 3rd and 6, Mansfield. 3 minutes clock running with the wind behind him. From the Midway 30, Kennedy, quick throw, pass caught. Short of the first down as Knox Walker brought Dewey Simpson down a yard short at the 25. 4th and 1, I think we know what's going to happen here.
They've done this already. They've already gotten a stop on the night.
That's a really nice tackle by Knox Walker, because if he doesn't make it there, Simpson could be still running. 4th and a yard. They stack it up last time. Midway stopped them. 3-man front. Handoff right side. Kroom got it. First down. Inside the 24 to the 23. They loaded up and went to the right side. Last time they went left and they were short, but a gain of 2 and a first down. And Benson was there to make the tackle for Midway. Mansfield, Kroom came back in the game for that particular carry. Parker Evans in, Jace White out. And Mansfield has completely dominated the clock and time of possession here in the 3rd quarter. 7-6, full house on this one. Timeout, Midway. Shane Anderson, they didn't like, they haven't seen that package. Midway. Early in a down and distance, minute 57, 3rd quarter. Mansfield 7, Midway 6. Mansfield has 1st and 10 at the Midway 23, 106.7 FM, the Eagle.
Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics.
Pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way.
The usual? Just one?
Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met
Bush's Chicken, a proud supporter of Midway Athletics.
This is their third drive of this quarter. This one has taken a lot of time off the clock, and they've moved it inside the Midway 25 on a 4th down conversion. Kroom picked up 2. Shotgun, different formation, Kennedy. From the 24. Play action to Kroom. Man, wide open. He's wide open over the middle. Touchdown, Mansfield. Jabari Coleman could not have been more wide open.
No, he could not have.
That was way too easy. 23 yards, touchdown. What a third quarter for Mansfield's offensive attack. I mean, he was in between the hashes and nobody else was.
Yeah, they've played very, very well, and it's like they woke up in the locker room. I'm not sure what Coach George said to them, but it's worked.
Extra point could be an 8-point lead. Lucero, kick up, kick is good. Minute 50, third quarter. Mansfield 14 and Midway 6. 1:50 left, third quarter. Panther Stadium, 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
From the first workout to the last practice.
We appreciate these ladies and all they do to increase the spirit of the high school. And let's introduce them at this time. We'll start with the captain, Brother Tozier. Lauren Pikachu. Lauren Basis. Hannah Robinson. Haley Collins. Co-captain, Faith Lauderdale. Martha Garner. Ainsley Singletary. Caitlin Phillips. Gracie Spoon. Maddie Alexander.
By Leanos.
Lucero will kick off. He's hit 2 for 2 extra points. That's also been 2 extra points for Mansfield. Midway missed theirs. And back deep, here comes Lucero with another high, but somewhat short kick. This Gargar, 25. Gargar, he can run and he may go. Jacob, 5th flag is down. 2 of them. He's going to take it to the house, but this one's coming back. There's a flag where he kicked it at the 40, and a flag from right when he broke loose at the 35-yard line. Jacob, that's the speed, that track speed, and this one is coming back.
Midway's been waiting for that all season long.
They cannot get out of their own way.
And for Jacob Gargar, a guy that fumbled a bunch against Duncanville, you really wanted something like that for him, just for his self-esteem, his emotions, his confidence.
Offsides on the kickoff against Mansfield, but holding against Midway brings back an 85-yard kick return for a touchdown.
Well, the good news is they got to kick it again. Hopefully Gargar's a track guy, and he's got...
You know, one of the earlier returns, he wasn't ready to break it, but you could see where there was a little bit of a tunnel. And he kicked it, and he's got that violent run when he got loose. I mean, runs with violent intentions, and he basically went untouched, 85 yards. And yet again, a play is made, and it's just something. Minute 36 to go, and they'll kick off again. Gargar, 85 yards, and it comes back.
Only thing better than running back a kick is having a flag call it back and then running it back again.
Jordan Smith is one of the upbacks on the near side, and Gargar, you wonder how much gas he's got in the tank. I know he's young and he's a tremendous athlete, but that takes a little out of you. Lucero will kick now from the 40. See if they kick it to Smith instead. This is a pooch kick, a short pooch kick that's caught at the 35. At the 35, and did they blow the play dead?
Yeah. And nobody seems to know why.
That was Traylon Magruder.
They're saying he gave the fair catch signal.
Yeah, that's what the Brad Strickland, the referee, saying that he gave the fair catch signal. Okay, now if in that fact that's the case and then he returned it, that could also be a delay of game penalty. But I don't see a flag for that. So 35-yard line, and maybe he did. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking to see who was going to catch it. And Midway starts at the 35. Boy, I tell you what, you gotta, in Gargar, you can see him, man. He's so frustrated. Now, Reed Tedford brings his offense back on the field. Thornton in the slot, stacked off the left tackle. Morphus. Hill to the right. Triple receiver set, stack left side. And Keith with the snap. Tedford rolls right. Tedford throws, pass. Is it caught? It is at the 45-yard line. Nice job by J.J. White to dig that one out. And a gain of 10 yards, first down.
Yeah, nice effort there. Pulling that one up off the top of the turf.
It's first down at the 45. Right hash. Barker near side. Hill. Keeper. Tedford. 50. Tedford. First down. Inside the Midway 45 to the 44. 11 yards. McDonald and Patrick made the tackle. Tedford's the leading rusher with 28 yards on 5 carries for the Panthers. Hurry up offense. Thornton right side now in the slot. J.J. White to the slot. Right side. From the 44 of Mansfield. Tedford in the flat to Thornton. Catch. And lost 2 yards. Back to the 47. I'll tell you one thing that they are doing. The cornerback that Darwin Parker's trying to block, Kyron Page or Brian Hollins, they're not letting him get much done. A loss of 2.
No, they're getting inside almost every time.
82 yards, 6 carries for Junior Thornton. Now down to maybe the last play of the third quarter. 14-6 Mansfield. Midway was second down and 12 at the 47 of the Tigers. Tedford looks right. Now flushed. Rolls right. Throws it. Tipped, incomplete over the outstretched hands of Thornton, and that does end the third quarter. At the end of 3, Mansfield 14-0 in the third quarter over Midway. 14-6 is our score. Mansfield leads. Start the fourth quarter. Sikkim 365 Radio 106.7.
Hey Panther fans, it's time for Marco's free pizza giveaway. Stand up and get loud, Panther fans. It's time for Marco's Pizza. The loudest fans will receive a free pizza courtesy of Marco's Pizza.
Waco High 65-0. They enter the fourth quarter. Duncanville 52-0. Mid-third quarter in Mansfield against Lake Ridge. Waxahachie 10-7. Start fourth quarter over Cedar Hill. The Longhorns down 3. Stephenville late third quarter 35. La Vega 7. Coach Doty's doing a hell of a job down there. Up there, excuse me.
When's the last time you heard a score like that for La Vega? Wow.
Been forever. 3rd and 12, Tedford. Surveys the defense and throws it out in the flat, and Dom Hill should have had it. That's a couple of them that Dom is just, you know, that was a pretty good throw, and he had to make one man miss. He would have to make the linebacker Cutler miss, and Midway will punt it from the 46-yard line.
Now, right now, you got to hope you flip that field.
Kick return called back. And now you punt from the 46-yard line with 4 seconds into the fourth quarter, and Midway trails 14-6. Battle, snap, punt, line drive punt. George, fair catch at the 11. And now, Mansfield's offense, which has really been so good in this third quarter, second half, will get the ball inside their own 15-yard line.
looks like center Blake Keith limping off the sideline.
Yeah, the senior who is kind of the glue to that offensive line that's had so many different pieces. 6'2", 265-pounder, limping, and got back up, got to the sideline. Now he's being helped to the bench. Kennedy keeper. Oh my goodness, he's got room to run 20. Kennedy 30, Kennedy 50. Knox Walker, can he get him? Yes, inside the 30, but 60 yards. And Mansfield's offense has opened it up to the 27-yard line for 62 yards. That's more yards rushing on that play than Mansfield had the entire first half.
Yes.
Adrian Melvin in. Knox Walker saved the touchdown, comes out. Kennedy, left side. And the play wasn't over, he kept going.
Is someone going to tackle him? He's still
Tyrell Kroom, he kind of went off to the left-hand side. He was stacked up, and no one tackled him. He fell down going back across at the 24-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Homecoming night for Midway is not going the way they were hoping, but neither week has it gone the way they wanted this year. 3rd down. Right side, Kroom up the middle. This time tackled at the 22, gain of a couple, 3rd and 5. Cannon Clendenin was there. Kroom now with 79 yards, most of them hard-earned. Had one 18-yard run, but all the other ones have been 2 and 3 and 4 yards. 21 carries. Kennedy has 4 for 70, including the 62-yarder, and Mansfield has just flat out come out in this second half and taken over this game.
And if you're Midway here, you can't give up any points.
No, none. 10:15 to go. Kennedy, 3rd and about 4. Looks left, now looks over the middle, now wants to run. Now in trouble, sacked by Nick Taylor Harris, back at the 24-yard line. And now 4th down for Greg George and Mansfield. Would be a 41-yard field goal attempt against the wind, and Lucero's their kicker, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 7. From the 24. 3-man front, Mansfield. Play clock is at 12. They got plenty of time. 3 receivers split to the right side, left hash. Kroom to the left of Kennedy. Kennedy, high snap, catches it in midair, in trouble. He will be sacked back at the 25-yard line. That blew up everything. Estrada was there, and the only thing with the way things have gone is you didn't want to see somebody go to tackle him and get a face mask or something, because I mean, that's seriously. And a great job by the defense to bend on the long run, but give the offense the ball back down by 1 score at the 25. Boy, that was a bad snap, and that just ruined everything for Mansfield.
I mean, the defense gave up that drive previous that allowed Mansfield to take the lead, but I mean, they played more than well enough, and they've given their offense enough, opportunities, and so they only have so many left. They got to do something here and do it quick.
Joseph LeBay in its center with Blake Keith out for right now. When he came off limping, Hill left side, again, nothing. Hill, remember, didn't get to play much against Duncanville. They took him out pretty quickly. And Dom Hill has had the longest run for him tonight has been 3 yards. 9 minutes to go. Midway down 8, 2nd and 9 from their 26. Tedford out in the flat. This is Hill, 25. Hill, stiff arm, breaks the tackle. Great effort near the 30, out near the 31 or 2 yard line. Boy, he got hit in the lower end of the leg, and that's kind of a twisted him around. George with the tackle. He got 6, though, and it's 3rd down and 3. That was a tough run from Dom Hill, who's had a hard night.
Yeah, and it kind of a microcosm of the night that maybe the most yards he's gotten, and he had to work that hard to get them.
3rd down and 3. Tedford. Timeout. Nope. Procedure.
Ball start. Offense. Number 88. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Darwin Parker moved early on the outside. DeSoto 72-6, that's a final now against Waco High. Temple won 56-27 last night against Ellison. You got a showdown coming up between Salado and China Spring in that one District 9 4A Division II. Not this week, not next week, but soon. Third down now and 8 for Tedford and Midway down 8. Tedford, snap. Looks over, wanted to run the screen, now has nobody there. Rolls right, throws it, incomplete, saved himself a few yards. Fourth down. Defense will have to somehow do it again for Midway with 8:33 to go. That's kind of been one of their go-to plays, that screen. And, you know, they ran that, and eventually Waxahachie finally said, okay, I think we're going to try to end this screen pass, because it was hurting Waxahachie, and it hasn't been run very well since. Fourth down, incomplete pass, 26 attempts for Tedford, and backed upon his battle inside his 15. Snap, he catches it off the right, and it's blocked. It is deflected, it's in the air, and in a scramble for the ball inside the 30-yard line. Now, it did hit a player from Mansfield, but they never had possession, and they recovered, and another special teams disaster for this football team.
Yeah, and one thing to note, Blake Keith hobbled out there on the field because he is the long snapper, and it was a bit of an errant snap. Not errant, but it was a bit of a wide snap and allowed Mansfield defense to get upfield a lot quicker.
And now Mansfield, who just, remember, missed on a fourth down, gets the ball back almost where that play happened inside the 30. Going in for the kill if they can. Kennedy, they run a double reverse. This is Mosley. He's got it set up. 30, 25, first down inside the 25 to the 16. Gain of 12. Angelo Benson was there. And Mosley can slide, man. He can go.
Yeah, you mentioned Keith after the play on the block punt or whatever. Yeah, Shane Anderson went out there and, you know, helped put his arm around him, helped him off the field. He, you know, you got to respect that fight.
Yep.
And appreciate that fight that, you know, he tried to be out there.
No, Blake Keith, again, remember the senior, he doesn't have many games left. Motion man is Coleman. This is a handoff off the left side inside the 15 for about 4. Clock under 8 minutes to go.
And
Taylor Harris with another tackle.
And for Blake Keith, a better kid and a better leader, you could not have an offensive line. That's the last guy they need to miss any time as far as anchoring that line, being the leader on that line, and all that.
Well, they've had everybody else has been shifted around, injuries, COVID protocol, you know, not able to play, production, and now he gets hurt here on homecoming night. Kennedy to Kroom, hit in the backfield again, and what a game for Nick Taylor Harris. 2 tackles for loss, that one there for a loss of about 4, and a sack. And it's now third down and 10 for Mansfield, although a field goal here would be huge if that's what they end up with. Kroom lost 4.
Good to see some fight. Good to see some guys out there. I mean, game's not anywhere near over right now. It's an 8-point game with 6.5 minutes left.
Kennedy in the gun from the 16 to Kroom up the middle. Inside, I think they're playing for the field goal right there. As Kroom got a couple of yards, and that is it. And Taylor Harris, among others, inside, along with, I believe that was Jace White.
Nick Taylor Harris has had a nice game tonight. He's been very active.
Here comes the field goal attempt. Lucero now is in the game. This will be a 31-yard attempt. The statistics that I received from Coach George is he had not yet kicked a field goal. The hold from Mosley into the wind. This would be a 2-possession lead. Kick by Lucero is up, and the kick is good. Just inside the left upright. And the block punt leads to 3. 17-6 Mansfield with 5:51 left. Fourth quarter. 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Automatic shift.
the video board as we recognize a few of our foundation partners as they present their annual gift to the Education Foundation. Thanks to all partners who support the students of Midway ISD.
(17-6) Mansfield, all in the second half for the Tigers. 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Second straight home game that Sam Battles had a punt blocked, and both of them have been costly. The one against Waxahachie, that pretty much gave the Indians tremendous field position. They eventually went on to score the game-winning points, and this one here gives Mansfield a 2-possession lead, 17-6, 5:51 left, fourth quarter.
Yeah, you don't know if you're Midway, you have 2 possessions of time left. It's been tough sledding.
Yeah, I think you're almost gonna have to treat this like a 2-minute drive.
Oh yeah. Here's a very short kick in the air that is caught, bobbled, loose, and Mansfield recovers. The up man from Midway went to catch. Somebody came up and hit him. The ball came loose, and Mansfield has recovered at the 36-yard line. I've been doing high school games for about 40 years, and I have never seen so many mistakes in the special teams as this one. Cameron Howard recovered. So you have a missed extra point, a kick out of bounds, a block punt, and now a kick return called back because of a holding call and a fumble on a pooch kick. Noah Brown was the one who tried to catch it. He got hit from behind. Ball came loose, and Mansfield now with the ball again. 5:49 left. Kennedy, quarterback draw, left side, 35. Spun down by Ezra Martinez at about the 31 for a gain of 5.
That was like watching a car wreck in slow motion. Just not paying attention is all that was. I mean, you had your eye on the ball, so that's great, but you didn't have your eye on the player in front of you who was catching the ball, and subsequently you knocked it loose. So.
Yeah, you're right, Craig. It's kind of what Dave Aranda called the last year for Charlie Brewer. A car wreck in slow motion, the way things were going emotionally. Elijah Harshaw back in the game, second down and about 4. Kennedy really did a nice job for this Mansfield offense, keeps it, and guess who made the tackle? Nick Taylor Harris, 6 foot, 220-pound senior, playing a heck of a game tonight for the Panthers in what looks like will be most likely a loss, down 11. Third down and 8, he lost 3.
Nick Taylor Harris has not. Well, look, his last.
He stopped the fourth down inside the 10.
Yeah.
He's had a sack and 2 tackles behind the line of scrimmage at least that we can remember, and that doesn't include some of the other tackles that he's made. 3rd and 8. Timeout Mansfield with 4:32 to go in this game. 17-6, Mansfield leads Midway. 106.7 FM, the Eagle and Sikkim 365 radio.
This is Midway Panthers football.
Welcome to the future of entertainment, where your home is completely connected. From Wi-Fi that powers everything, to TV that has all your apps in one place, all seamlessly integrated with voice control.
Find comedies.
Stream any service, any show, anytime. Or start over live TV. With epic sound in any room, step into the future with the best technology, all from Grande. Get award-winning internet starting at 300 megs for only $30.99 a month. Imagine better with Grande.
Midway Panthers football.
It's 3rd and 8 Mansfield. Sergio Kennedy, the junior quarterback, led his offense very crisp in the second half. Tight end right side from the Midway 34. Right side, and a whistle blows and procedure. False start against Mosley on the near side.
So a little mini break there for Midway.
Troy 41-21, McGregor third quarter. Cameron Yo, they're getting hot. They had that really hard schedule to start the year, and they hammered Rockdale last week, 60-23, leading Academy late in the game in the fourth quarter. Actually just started the fourth quarter by 11, 28-17. Salado 42, Gatesville 6. Connolly leads at Robinson, 28-7. China Springs 69, Gerald nothing entering the fourth quarter.
This is one of the best China Spring teams we've seen in a long, long time. They've been building this for a couple years.
3rd and 13 after the false start. Mansfield, 39-yard line. Kennedy wants to throw the deep post. He's got Mosley down there, and it's caught. Touchdown. And great coverage by B.J. Pitts, and just couldn't get to it. And that's been their best play of the night, the deep post. 23-6 extra point to come, and Pitts had good, really good coverage, but a great throw by Kennedy.
Yeah, and a fantastic throw in, and really the dagger, of course, here, but B.J. Pitts had to try to make a play there and just couldn't do it.
34 yards, that's the 3rd touchdown pass by Kennedy in this second half. Extra point, Lucero is good. And Mansfield has beaten up Midway in the second half, 24 uncontested points, 4:22 to go. 24-6 Mansfield. 4:22 left in this one. Sikkim 365 Radio.
Come to HEB for all your tailgate needs.
City, Waco High and Midway, both winless. Will play next week at Waco ISD Stadium. Waco High lost 72-6 to DeSoto. We'll update the rest of 11-6A here momentarily. That Waxahachie Cedar Hill game is of course, interest. And in fact, right now, still 10-7, Waxahachie now late in the fourth quarter. And here's a pooch kick that's caught by Midway, and this time they don't lose it. I think that was Parker, wasn't it? Caught it. Nice job by Darwin to come up and make the catch at the 37-yard line. Boy, vey. High school kids, man, it's hard, and they you know, you thought maybe at halftime when you had a chance to go in the lead, and then when Mansfield came out and looked so good in that opening drive, it's just like from that point on they've dictated control of this game.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of seniors on this Midway team. It's a very young team, and you can see that a lot of times, just the inexperience and the lack of continuity together, which will come. But you got to play games, and they're taking their lumps and certainly need to learn from them.
So now Tedford in the gun from the 37. Looks over the defense, pressured, throws over the middle, pass caught in the air by Thornton at the 47-yard line. Took a shot, but still made the catch, 16 yards, and Kyron Page made the tackle.
And I think, too, that they've sort of become conditioned that once something goes wrong, it's just like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah. Like, again, and also when something goes right, you got to follow it up and make the extra point. Kick the ball where it has to be returned. Tedford in the throw out to the sideline. Nice dart to Lowrance for a first down to the 33 and a gain of, 16 yards. Tackled by Patrick and George. 180 yards passing unofficially tonight for Tedford. Lowrance picked up 16.
Player down.
Yep, players down. Across the field for Mansfield, that's Page, the cornerback. Hope Kyron's okay. Mansfield's going to keep themselves alive here. They have, of course, they have something that's manageable. This week here. Next week, Mansfield hosts Lake Ridge. You would think they'll be favored to win that game, although that's schools in the same district, you never know. And then they play at Waxahachie. So, that gives them a chance to kind of find themselves right back in this deal. And that was the game that was kind of the flip game last year on who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. And Waxahachie won that game. And Waxahachie beats Cedar Hill. That's kind of like an extra stroke on a par 4, you birdie, and everyone else usually bogeys. Waxahachie, of course, they play Cedar Hill, then Duncanville. It's like the SEC of high school football.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to take a break or not, but he's a player from Mansfield still down, and they're taking some time.
Let's we can always come back. Let's take a break. Unfortunately, Kyron Page remains down at about the 38-yard line. We've seen this on almost every game where they've had to look towards bringing the cart or whatever. Hopefully that's not the case.
Well, good news is he's moving and everything. Looks like they're checking out his left shoulder, but he's still down. So,
all right. So, 24-6 Mansfield, 3:51 to left, fourth quarter. Back in a minute. 106.7 FM, the Eagle. Being helped. Midway, I think that's one of the doctors from the great Southwest Sports Medicine helping him to the other side of the field to see if he can make sure that they take care of him.
Yeah, it looks like an arm, like a left arm or a left shoulder, the way his left shoulder's kind of hanging and they're bracing it. So good news that he's up and he's walking off on his own power. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, all right, so Midway at the 32-yard line of Mansfield. Under 4 minutes left, down 18, Tedford. Pocket. Throws, pass, intercepted. 15-20, 25-30, 35. Outside the 35, near the 40, another turnover. Mansfield pitching a shutout of Midway in the second half. That's Gus Fleming Wood, his third interception. I'm telling you, that's a linebacker deep in coverage 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, and, you know, like Craig said, they're kind of in the waterfall right now.
Yeah, that was just a bad throw. I mean, I didn't see the guy, obviously, but there was more Mansfield jerseys in that area than there was Midway.
Yep.
There's a little bit of traffic and just right to the guy. So, you know what? You play with fire enough, you're going to get burned eventually. And there were plenty of close calls for both quarterbacks earlier. Just unfortunately for Midway, it's, you know, hit on their side more.
Tyrone Kroom in the game. He'll get a heavy dose, you would think, off the right side and hit in the hole by Christian Mills. 44-yard line, a gain of about 3. Mansfield can run most of this out. Parker Evans has checked in, a sophomore. Also, Nick Wells comes in. Coming out, Jace White. And also coming out, Eric Estrada. Kroom has 24 carries for 83 yards. Elijah Harshaw is in the game.
You know, it's getting to the point where I'm sitting here trying to think of what to ask Shane Anderson. You know, when you loss after loss after loss, it's like it's the same things. And, you know, I think the most disappointing thing is just it was 6-0 at halftime. It's 24-6 now.
Yeah, no, you're right. Here's Harshaw off the left side. Here again, how about Christian Mills and then cleaned up on the outside by Haverly. But Mills came up like a bullet from the safety position and no gain. 3rd and 7, 2:30 to go.
Well, Shane Anderson said that they had to get the benchmark was 20 points, and you can see why that was.
Yeah.
You know, if they had done that, I mean, it'd be a whole lot different.
Yeah, he said 28, and I think, you know, we talking about getting to 20. Just we need to get offensively, we need to get to 20 points. And this is last week none, 2 weeks ago 0, 6 here. Up the keeper, Kennedy, first down outside into Midway territory. He let them push him out of bounds, and that will stop the clock with 2 minutes to go, but he picked up, most importantly, the first down and a gain of 10.
Well, I don't know if we always have players of the game, because I'm usually walking back during the post game to the press box, but I would put my vote in for Nick Taylor Harris.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. No one on offense, although Thornton had the one nice catch. Again, they pretty much, other than that, contained him. That was a huge play that set up a touchdown. Low Rance with a nice catch. Dylan O'Connell, the backup quarterback, in the game. The senior will take the snaps here as they run it out with 2 minutes left. First down at the Midway 47. And now Midway football is in a stretch that they've never seen before. Last year, of course, they struggled. This year now dropping to 0-6. Also, you know, barring some sort of a miraculous miracle on ice, they're going to have a losing season back-to-back years after not having one forever. Satchel made the tackle after Harshaw got a couple of yards.
And I gotta say too, like, I know it's always the quick thing to point to this or to that or to coaching or whatever, but I just feel like there's just too many mistakes. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, you ran down the list of mistakes. It's not like, you know, they can't do this or they can't do that. There's some things that are limited, but it's those mistakes that they put on themselves that are just killer.
Oh, and when you struggle and then you aren't right now in a very good spot, special teams can make a difference, and it's made a difference in the wrong way. Down to the 42-yard line, Harshaw, little scrum, he's still going. They're not yet blowing the whistle. This is going to turn into some kind of issue, and they finally do at the 41-yard line. That was nuts. That's like a bunch of bumblebees around a tree or something. A gain of about 4 to Harshaw. It was third down at the 42, actually, and this could be the last play of the game. Yeah, Craig, it's tough. I mean, we have not had a post-game player interview this year. Never have I been through that before. I mean, you know, when you lose the game, you want to talk to Shane Anderson. He's going to be, I mean, he's got to be just frustrated as he can be. Some of it he's got to deal with it himself. But the special teams have just not been special. They haven't even been average. Here's a quarterback keeper, O'Connell, and he got nothing, and that should be it. So, Midway drops to 0-6 next week at Waco High. 24 unanswered points in the second half for Mansfield. 24, 14 in the third quarter, and 10 in the fourth quarter. Midway, the muff kick return, the kick return called back, extra point missed, and many other things. By the way, Mansfield kicked the field goal, kicked 3 extra points, and, you know, created a couple of turnovers on kickoffs as well. Shane Anderson and Greg George shaking hands. Greg George is the head coach in his second year, third year at Mansfield. Talk about a guy, he took over for Jeff Mayberry, who was on the staff with Jeff Hume when he was at Mansfield. Hume goes to Midway. He's now at Legacy. Mayberry took over the program, and he eventually had the battle and succumbed to cancer. And during that time, Greg George, the head coach at Mansfield, ran the program as the interim coach, and that's going to be part of his legacy, is trying to keep that program together while they were battling so much, watching their coach wither away and eventually die of cancer. That had to be just really, really hard. Shane talking to Greg over on the other side of the field, and we'll hear from him in just a moment. Post-game interview brought to you by Genco Federal Credit Union. We'll have stats and highlights. 24-6 Mansfield. Let's check that district one more time before we go to Craig, if we can, on the game between Cedar Hill and Waxahachie. In the district, let's see here. Now Cedar Hill leads 14-10 with 1:15 to go. Craig Smoak with Shane Anderson. Craig?
Hey, Coach. Tough to keep meeting you like this. Second half didn't go your way. Just your thoughts on tonight.
Well, you know, first and foremost, you got to score more than 6 points to win the game, especially at this level in district. You know, and then I thought our kids played good on defense. We gave up 3 big pass plays, and that was the difference in the game. And, you know, I thought we bowed our neck at some times and did some good things. But unfortunately, we still ain't got there.
Yeah, it seems like special teams, just a lot of mistakes on special teams tonight were costly.
Yeah, you know, we had some turnovers, had some, you know, a couple mistakes there, and we got to do a better job and clean that up. You're right.
In terms of things that stood out, Nick Taylor-Harris really seemed to have a big night for you tonight on defense.
Yeah, Nick's come along. You know, he's a senior that's bought into what we're doing, and he's not questioning anything, and he's doing what we're asking him to do, and he's playing hard. And so, you know, that gives us a chance.
What do you say, Coach? I mean, you just keep plugging away, right? I mean, that's all you guys can do is keep working hard.
Yeah, we're better than we were last week, and, you know, we got to get better, and we got a big one next week at Waco. You know, that's, you know, city rivalry, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be for a pride thing.
Hey, Coach, appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. You could tell Shane's, he's He's dejected, frustrated. You know, these losses, they go against Midway this year, 0-6, but they also go on his record as well as the head coach. And his record, you know, when he started the year, he was 36-30 as a head coach at the time at Connolly.